24 hours, I'll blow your planet away!
The battle has just begun!
Welcome back, friends. Welcome to the super exciting RobotnikIsSexy show. Today, we will be making a very exciting battle time with Nectrostevo, one of my favorite Poketubers for a really long time now. He's been around forever, and he has over 1,000 subscribers, and I will link his channel in the description. We met on the PSS, and we just kind of grabbed teams. This is a team I've been trying to use. It's more of a serious Hoopa Unbound team with a lot of bug and fairy checks. And that's pretty much the idea to it. It's pretty tryhard, to be honest. Added Gyarados because without a water type, fire types kind of beat me if Latias goes down. And that just kind of makes sense to me, and his team is just a bunch of fun. But it looks like it could be threatening. Definitely has Mega Diancie. Let's get this shit on the road, shall we? Oh, yes! There he is! Nectrostevo. I'm gonna lead with Hoopa Unbound. As he leads with Rotom. Now, I stay in even if he wants to Will-O-Wisp, because I have a Cleric in the form of Sylveon. So I'm not too worried about that, and I clicked Psychic just in case he wants to use Will-O-Wisp, and I also knew there was a pretty high chance that he was going to Volt Switch and show me that he was some kind of offensive set, which he does show me by the damage Volt Switch does, that's offensive, and he's more than likely Choice Scarf. So I'm going to go Psychic for the reasons I mentioned. Luckily for me, he brings in Hitmontop. That is pretty much the best situation ever in the world possible, so that's great. He's going to try to get some damage on me with a Mach Punch. Not sure if that's Technician boosted or not. I feel like Technician boost might have done a little bit more damage as I go for Drain Punch and finish him off. So that is a very, very early lead for me, as he's going to promote his probably Scarfed Rotom as I bring out Latias to soak the damage. Soaks it pretty nicely, to be honest. And now he's going to show me Diancie. I do have a Pokemon that quote-unquote checks Diancie, and that is Skarmory. Now, my Skarmory doesn't have any steel attacks, so killing this guy is going to take a little bit, but unless he, if he has Hidden Power Fire, he's gonna use it right now. But he doesn't use it. He switches out, which tells me he doesn't have Hidden Power Fire, which means Skarmory does walk him completely. The funny thing about Skarmory versus Diancie, to me anyway, is that I can't Whirlwind it out because Magic Bounce would just blow me away. I'm not sure if he remembered that, or if he was just afraid of the potential Steel Wing attack, which, knowing how smart of a battler he was probably scouting for Steel Wing, even though Steel Wing is probably the least used move in, Pokemon ever. It's so terrible. So he's gonna show me Flamethrower here. I was really hoping that we'd both trade Rocks, because Rocks hurt him a little more than it hurts me, and I would be okay with that, but he just blows me away with a super powerful Flamethrower attack. Gyarados is out. I'm gonna scare away Heatran, and just go for the waterfall. You'll notice, if you are a die-hard RobotnikIsSexy fan, you'll know the reference. I've used this Gyarados before. I caught this Gyarados on a Pokewalker, no lie, and it had perfect IVs and defense, attack, and speed, and it is the exact damn same Magikarp that I caught on the Pokewalker, traded it all the way through the generations, well, from 4 to 5th, and then 6th, so I don't know, I guess that's kind of a little bit of a ways, so it's been a long time, Gyarados, a long time. Now this exchange here, Sylveon versus his Dragon Dude, it looks kinda jank, but he was actually purposefully death-foddering his Dragon Dude, because he didn't carry Ice Beam. It was sub Roost, Earth Power, and Dragon Pulse, and so that means Sylveon definitely beats it. I was a bit curious as if to whether he forgot that sound moves hit through subs or not, but this guy's good. He already knew. He was just F-firing, so Heatran's gonna go for an offensive move. Beginning to think that Heatran is from 4th gen and just has a bunch of attacks, and it actually is. So you have a bunch of Pokemon from 4th gen here. Well, the only one I have for sure is Gyarados, but he has a couple old 4th gen guys, like probably even this alligator. Hey, it rhymes. So I'm gonna go for the bounce attack. Oh yes, if you didn't know, you can get bounce on Gyarados from the Pokewalker, and it's the only way for Gyarados to have Flying Stab. was fighting the fuck out of that burp, but it eventually got out of me. He's gonna get double fully paralyzed after I paralyze him with bounce. That just filled me with joy. That was beautiful, and I'm gonna hit both the bounces, which is pretty lucky, if you ask me. So the hex is there, but the hex will be returned. Let me tell you, it will be returned in full and then some. So just stay tuned for that. I'm gonna just I'm just gonna let Gyarados go. It's probably not a smart move. It would have been much smarter to go onto Latias again. But I really wanted to pull the trigger on whether he was Scarfed or not, even though the item choice of Scarf is just so obvious. But now we know for sure, and now I'm pretty much forced to pull the trigger on Mega Metagross here, this is the first time I've ever used Mega Metagross, and if I get a Rock Polish off, I should sweep his team, but he gets a critical hit on the Earth Power, and that is devastating. Mega Metagross. First time I've ever felt like using Mega Metagross in a team centered around Hoopa Unbound. I thought it made sense, because, Hoopa is weak to fairies, and Metagross kills fairies, super dead, and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I'm not able to use him. But it's kind of okay, because this defensive cleric has an amazingly powerful voice that easily two-shots Mega Diancie. I guess there are reasons why Mega Diancie actually dropped to UU tier. It's just too flimsy. Even though it is very powerful, it is extremely easy to two-shot or even one-shot, as my defensive cleric with the ability boost definitely gonna kill you with a couple hyper voices, and that is great. Unfortunately, because it took so much health to bring him down, this is pretty much the end of Sylveon, unless I do something else here. And I don't know, I'm just gonna go protect here so that he can reveal the move, because now I know for certain he is choiced, even though it is probably the most obvious thing in the world. So he's going to show me Volt Switch. Now I'm definitely just going to go into Latias here. I've got a plan. Healing Wish on Hoopa Unbound to finish the game with a Hoopa Sweep. It should work in theory, but let's see how things go. One more crit my way, and I'm just going to lose. Or maybe a maximum roll, or just an attack that misses, or, something could happen. I'm going to actually I'll have a Draco Meteor here, because I wasn't confident that, that Drain Punch, even from the extremely powerful Hoopa Unbound, would be able to, one-shot a Heatran. It just doesn't make sense to me, so I felt like it would be a good idea to weaken him with a Draco Meteor. But then he shows me the powerful Dragon move of his own, and that is pretty close. That's 17 health. If he had got a crit with Dragon Pulse, or if he got a higher damage roll or something, I would have been very hard-pressed to do anything. Even though I know for certain my Hoopa Unbound is going to be faster than Heatran, because Heatran is only 77 speed, I still would have had to deal with, would have had to deal with full health Rotom, even though I can take Rotom hits pretty well, my health would have been extremely low. So without the Healing Wish, Hoopa Unbound wouldn't have been very much use to me, and my only other Pokemon alive would have been a severely wounded Sylveon, so he could have wrapped up the game in his favor, but because of the extremely powerful Healing Wish attack to bring back Hoopa Unbound to do even more damage, I'm going to be very, very certain that this game is mine and just take it, take the cake. And that is an extremely entertaining battle. One of the best battles I've had in some time, I have to say, even though I say that about like every battle I have pretty much. Because I like to bring the battles I like the most to you guys. And we had a lot of very, very handsome Pokemon here. We got the Ice Dragon fucker, which I forgot his name. We got fucking Megadeoncy, who's one of the most beautiful looking Pokemon in the video game, in my opinion. And we got good old Gyarados. We haven't seen him in fucking like ages, dude. Like, it's been so long. And we got Latias. My team was kind of hoary, honestly. Like Skarmory, Sylveon Core. That's kind of gross. And I haven't used a Latias pretty much ever. I hate the Latis. Like, I hate them to death. But in X and Y and 6th Gen, even they're watered down in power. But anyway, that's enough digression. If you enjoyed the video, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.